First, thank you for coming. I'm Joël Navarro. I'm working at BIL, and today we are going to speak about performance testing. Maybe better to start with what is a performance testing. Or maybe you have noted that last year on July, there was a big event on Netflix, which have been announced as the box match of the year between Tyson and I don't know exactly which YouTuber it was, but never mind. And it was a buzz already, but once it started, it was a bigger buzz because Netflix couldn't provide all the video to all users. And main of the problem was the performance of the system to deliver the picture and the sounds to all customers. So we prefer this definition instead of what we find on Wikipedia or whatever. Because performance testing is this quite example. We need it to see, to avoid some problem. So how we define an NF, non-functional requirement. Usually, it's always start with the IT, which is asking the business, what is the non-functional requirement? What is the number of files we will receive? What is the number of transactions we will receive per minute, per day, per month? Is there a peak sometime in the years that we will receive more than what we have in the average? Sometimes the business checked the documentation and said, okay, and the history, and they said, okay, this could be this numbers of transactions, this number of files we will receive, event, whatever. And then both business and IT agree on the functional requirement. The IT code the performance test the application, generate the result, and they are analyzing. Does it match? Does it not match? This is where we change the software, we change the test. Of course, developers said it's always the tests which are wrong. Tester said it's always the software which are wrong. So this is just a match between developer and tester. This is the usual way we are doing the functional, the non-functional test, the performance testing. And that's what I did. But after a few weeks, I take some back and I understand that it could be something else. But first, I need to introduce you the system thinking concept. Everything in the world, every object in the world, every software, could be simplified as this box. There is an input, there is a user action, and there is an output. The system itself is like a black box. This is no magic. I can give you some example. If you have a car, you put fuel, you press the accelerator, and you have speed. Because we're in Luxembourg, this is more common. You put the card in the ATM, you enter your PIN, and then you have cash. Same as it is. But for software, we have some tricky with the input is multiple. It could be event, message, files, or API. There is always the user action, and for the output, it could be also event, message, file, or API. So based on that, can we mix the two concepts to see how it can match? So in this way, again, the business is defining what is the most relevant of the user action we will have and the more input we will have. The IT is also always coding it, and we are tracing the application to see if it's matching, yes or no, if it's crash, if it burned maybe, and if we can deliver also the output at the speed that it was required. From my point of view, this is not good. We should remove the business because we never know what will happen in the world. You can have a crash during the night or during 2 days, and then you have to push all files for 2 days inside the application, but you don't know if the application will still work with the all this load. So for me, what you should find is the breaking point, which means if you put event or message or files, you should find where at which point the application will crash. Because of that, you will know what is the breaking point, and then you can define where is the limit of the application. I think you are skeptic. Let's do an example. Let's say you have this application with event, message, files, and API. First, you just inject all the events one by one, and you find where the application is crashing. Once it's defined, you redo the same test, but you add the message also. And again and again and again with the file, with the API. Once you have the complete picture of what is the breaking point for all these inputs, you may know, you know where you have stresses the application itself so enough that you know where is the interaction between all the inputs. And you do that also for the user action. This, you can see where is the, if you can open the application to the user or not, and everything has been input inside. And then you can define the monitoring, where is the limit of the application. And that's it. It's done. Any question? Yes. The what? I don't hear you. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Did you ask a question on the slide or not? I was focused on reading the slide, and I don't know if you ask a question for us.
No, it's just the way we should do it.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Can you give us some tools to monitor the stress testing, or how can we measure the limit of the application? For example, we put the tests. So what are the tools that we can use? And
what? We use a Gmeter, but well, there is other tests, but Gmeter is the common testing tools for that, and I think the best because everybody knows it and it's quite simple to use.
Thank you.
It's okay. I can speak directly. I saw that the presentation is for bill. How often we use the kind of monitoring for the system thinking approach from the bill experience?
So yeah.
So I saw that the presentation which you have, you're coming from the bill.
Yes.
Can you give an advice or a challenge between of your company, how you do it, the performance in your company based on presentation, which some points?
Well, there was a challenge for the ATM and the instant payment, which because there is a regulation, ATM should be 1 second response time, and for the instant payment was 10-second response time. So we wanted to know how many instant payment and ATM transactions should be done, and with the response time is correct. So this is this way. So we input a lot of transactions from ATM and from instant payment, and see if there is interaction between them and what can block, if one block another one. Does I respond your question or? Okay. Thank you.